Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon and welcome, welcome, welcome. We're back for another week. I'm so excited. It is so nice to be back on this platform because when you're polling, you think to yourself, oh my goodness, I'm going to be able to get back to my normal self, back to Leslie. Well, here I am. I'm back. And here we are. Real Table Talk. We are back for another week, and I am super, super, super excited. And thank you so much for joining us. We so appreciate it. And we have got a brilliant guest with us today. But first of all, let me introduce our wonderful panel. In fact, let me tell you who I am. My name, I always forget this. My name is Leslie O'Connor, and I am a presenter, a journalist, a motivational speaker, and we are here to inspire, encourage you today. And also we have Marcia Hilton. Please introduce yourself.
Hello there, everyone. Marcia Hilton. I am a coach and I am the founder and director of Life Inspired Wellness.
Welcome. Hi.
Welcome.
And Karen.
You sound a bit quiet, Marcia, which isn't normally like you at all.
Oh, okay.
No. Hi, everyone. I'm Karen Cruz. I am the founder and director of Flourished Minds, which is a life coaching company for young people to help them to flourish.
Hey, we like that. That's excellent. Oh, that's excellent. And our beautiful guest, I am going to introduce her in a few minutes. But our guest is called Chantelle Vickers. So hi, Chantelle, and welcome. And thank you for coming on this platform today. We so appreciate it.
Thanks for the invite.
Ladies, you're welcome. You're welcome. But before we talk to you, Chantelle, let's just find out what's been happening this week. How have you been? What have you been up to yourself, Marcia? How has your week been for you?
My week has been a busy one. Some of you will know that my work is around supporting women recovering from narcissistic abuse. So I'm still working on programs and yeah, so it's been busy trying to sorting out stuff and getting things in place and ready for some stuff that is coming up shortly. Yeah. Busy.
Exciting. Yeah. And yourself, Karen, what have you been up to?
I've been a bit like Marcia, bonkers busy. So
I like that, bonkers busy.
Bonkers busy. So it's quite sad that because of lockdown and what's happening with lockdown, we've actually seen lots of demand for our services. So we've been coaching lots of young people. We're even coaching in the Netherlands. We're working with 4 young people in the Netherlands. We're working with parents who are struggling through lockdown and homeschooling and trying to work and everything else. And we've just won another bid.
Woo! Oh, fantastic!
Yeah, so we've won in partnership with the school. We've won another £10,000. So we've done about nearly £60,000 in the last 9 months.
Wow.
And all to coach young people. And we've started coaching the children at Hygiene in Chapel in Leeds as well. So that's been going really well. So yeah, busy, but fabulous.
Wow, that's fantastic. Yeah. So then, how does it differ then with the kids? How are the kids getting on with homeschooling and not being at school, not seeing their friends? How are they coping with all of that?
There's loads of different things. Some kids, so my daughter's in year 11, so she's actually in a GCSE year, which is crazy. And she's quite laid back as Olivia, but even last week she was saying to me, Mum, I'm struggling with this learning online. It's just not my style. And she's like, I can't wait to go back into school and, be with my teachers. And it's harder when it's online because it's like full on from 9 till 3. Whereas in class, she says, because she's like, Mum, when you're in class, it takes 5-10 minutes sometimes before a teacher turns up, and then you can be chatting with your mates and blah, 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 and chatting through the class. But when it's online, it's just like constant and it's really hard. So there's a lot of children struggling that way. Some are struggling because they've not got the proper IT equipment. Some are struggling because their parents aren't teachers and they're expected to teach. So parents are, you know, some of the parents I worked with last week, they were saying, using words like, I feel lost, I feel rudderless, I feel I'm juggling all the time. So parents are struggling as well. So yeah, it's really hard. I just leave a liberty. Although I went in a room the other day, I'm like, what are you doing? Oh, I'm doing maths. You're doing maths, but you're also watching a film on your laptop. What's going on there? And I just thought, you know what? I'll leave it away.
Is there any sort of light at the end of the tunnel? Is there anything to say when they're going back to school at all?
Well, they keep talking about early March, don't they now, to say they're hoping it's going to be early March. But do you know the honest to God truth is, Marcy, nobody really knows until, you know, what happens with these numbers. It's like, so on a Monday, I still go into a school in Bradford, but last Monday, the head rang me to say, don't come in because we've had another 3 or 4 teachers test positive and a few kids off school. So it's just up and down every week. But they're looking at early March. I think they're going to make a decision fairly soon, but hopefully early March.
Yeah. I'm a bit out of the loop these days, so I don't know what's going on in terms of schooling. Oh,
wow. Okay. Well, thank you for that, Karen, because it is really, you know, it must be really hard on the kids, you know, to be away from school, away from their friends, and then obviously they've got to start learning in a totally different way what they're not used to, or what none of us are used to, you know, everything being online. So it must be, you know, really difficult for them.
Yeah, it is tough.
But yeah, let's talk to our special guest today.
Yay!
Yeah. Welcome, Chantelle.
Hi, everyone.
You're welcome. Hi. What am I saying you're welcome for? I'm like losing myself here. Hi, Chantelle. So everybody, this is Chantelle Vickers, and let me just give you a little bit about Chantelle. So Chantelle, she's originally from Wolverhampton in the Midlands. She grew up as a child. As a child, her ambition, she always wanted to be successful. She's had 2 great role models in her life, which is her uncle Leon and her auntie Angie. She left school with 9 GCSEs, A to C levels. Well done. And she left home at 17 years old to begin to travel the world, to find out what was happening in the world. She trained as a dental nurse and qualified in 2008 from Leeds at the Dental Institute. She went on to employment in the hospital and settling in Bradford, which she has remained for the last 10 years. She has 2 children who are 7 and 5 years old, and they are her world. Just like our kids, there are beauties out there. There are darlings, there are babies. Even though mine are like grown, they're still my babies. Chantelle, after having her second child, she decided it was time for a career change. And she embarked on further studies at Kirklees College to gain access to higher education qualifications, which would enable her to pursue her degree in dental hygiene and therapy. Wow. So you're in your last year now of your degree, which is fantastic. But let me just tell you this about Chantelle. Chantelle wanted to start her own business with herself and her partner. And in last year, she decided, her and her partner, to set up their own business, which is called the HardFoodbox. Wow. So we need to know a lot more about this business, because Chantelle and her partner also won an award last year, which is brilliant. A Windrush award, which is fantastic. And Chantelle's playing this down a little bit, but I said, I don't think so. You need to be bigging this up. This is an award. I mean, somebody's recognised you for doing absolutely fantastic work within the community and beyond, which is brilliant. So well done to you and your partner. So welcome, Chantelle, and thank you so much for coming on this platform. I really appreciate it.
Cool. Just a few, so we've got a few people in the audience, Chantelle. We've got some whoops going on. People congratulating you for how well you've done. Paula Taylor saying absolutely brilliant, Chantelle. And so Jamie Lynch, she's saying me too. She's saying LDI. I'm assuming, is that Leeds Dental Institute? So our Jamie's a bit of a
abbreviate
dentist person as well. Anyway, so what do you think of our teeth?
Mine is starting out, like mine is straightening up. So how did it feel? So when you've gone, Chantelle, from going into university to now studying online, how does that work with doing what you're doing, your course? How does that work?
It's a big juggle. A lot of our academic side of our studies is all online, but to become a competent practitioner, we have to get hands-on and develop our clinical skills. So we're still, because we're in that field, we have to still go in and treat our patients for us to become a safe beginner and then be able to register with our body and then head out into the world of work. So it's been challenging, but it's been good just to get back into everything.
Yeah. So this is your final year then. So what are you hoping to do then when you've graduated?
So I hopefully will graduate in June this year, fingers crossed. And then I'm in the moment applying for a position to go on to a foundation training. So it's not mandatory for the people who do my degree, but you'll get an additional year support and guidance from a supervising dentist, and you'll be employed for that year through the NHS, and they'll just give you additional support and guidance with your practice.
Wow.
You don't have to go down that route. You could just go straight into employment.
Yeah.
But I'm hoping just to build my knowledge, build my skills, grow a bit more in confidence, and hopefully go down that route.
Fantastic. What's inspired you to do this?
Well, I think at a young age, I didn't really know as such where I wanted to be or where I wanted to go. And then when I moved to West Yorkshire, I just seen it in the connections window or dental nursing. It looked like a great opportunity. At 18, the pay looked good as well. So that kind of, put me through that path. And then I thought, why not? Let me try it. And then from there, I just had an interest in just general oral health and just teeth in general. I think I'd rather work with teeth.
You have got beautiful teeth.
You have definitely got beautiful teeth. Nice and straight. Mine are all spacey.
I've had a brace on.
Yeah.
Chantelle, were you did you obsess about your children's teeth and brushing their teeth and stuff?
We are very obsessed.
Really?
I think because we're in this world, we just push it that little bit more. Come on.
I can imagine.
Diet wise, no, you want no sweets, have it after your dinner. Don't have it before. Just try and re-educate at home. Maybe I'm a little bit Scroogey sometimes, but
right. And what about like fizzy drinks? Or you don't allow?
No. My children, they have water, and if they are going to have anything special, it's very rarely, or they might have a bit of squash with their evening meal, but 9 times throughout the day it's water.
Yeah. Wow.
Well, really good habits there, isn't it?
I think it's just knowing some people just think they're not everyone's clued up or educated on the fact of why we stress having a good diet is important for your teeth, reducing like sugar attacks in your mouth, things along those lines.
So what inspired you to move from Wolverhampton to Bradford?
Okay, so from a young age, my father's side of the family live in Yorkshire. So I was always visiting my grandparents and spending time with that side of the family. And then I just felt a change of scenery, change of environment, and let's go up north and see where things head in that direction.
Excellent. Yeah, because I think it's always good, because last week I was saying when I was 16, I moved away, and Karen was saying that her daughter's turning 16. It was like, no way. Would you say that would be okay if if your daughter or son came to you at a young age and said they wanted to move?
I think if they had a plan or there was a reason behind why they might have to move, I would 100% support that. For myself, I think at 17, I moved to Yorkshire when I was 18, but I was already doing me from 17. Do you know what I mean? So then for my mom to try and put a foot down and be like, you're not going nowhere, I felt like, and then we had a discussion and she was fine with it. So, and she knew I was going to be looked after and I was around people who had my best interest at heart anyway. Mm-hmm. So I wasn't just let out wild and had to just go with a bag and not know where I was going.
Yeah.
So she was safe.
That's good, because I know, like, Karen, would you let your daughter go? You were saying last week that you wouldn't let your daughter go at 16.
16 to London does scare me a little bit. If I knew she had someone to go to that I trusted, then maybe so. But yeah, I am a bit fearful. But yeah.
Right.
Jamie's joining you in the being obsessive about teeth, and she said she's actually teaching her son to floss. So I don't know if that's little Ruben. Is Ruben 4, or whether it's Miles who's 30? It's probably Ruben actually who's 4. She's teaching him to floss his teeth.
Get it started early, why not?
Yeah. Nice one.
But no, if my children wanted to make a move, I'd 100% support them, but maybe do that when you're 18 and ready to go uni or something.
Yeah.
It's difficult out there when you're so young.
Yeah.
When my dean left and went to uni, he went to uni in Derby. And I remember when, he was all packed up and ready to go, we're all stood outside crying. Oh no, he's going. He was 19, He came back the following weekend with his washing, so yeah, it was all right.
Yeah. Well, Olivia's talked about going to Manchester University, Leslie, so I can get you to keep to spy on her for me.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
Oh, bless her. So, what's inspired you? So you've moved away from home, and you've gone to live in Yorkshire, in Bradford, and you've lived there and then you've had 2 children, which are a boy and a girl, I'm assuming.
Yeah, Faith is 7. She's my oldest, Faith, and then my son is 5. He's called Jeremiah.
Oh, nice, beautiful names. And so, what inspired you then at that stage to start your own business, and how did you get that up and running?
Well, I think in relation to the Hard Food Box, I mean, the society that Bradford's in, we're predominantly Asian cultural in Bradford, and a lot of the grocery shops are owned by Asian families, and there's not really anything as such for our community. So my aim initially was to potentially look into opening a grocery shop, selling our hard food, as we call it, to our people, and then take it from there. But then COVID happened, and then we felt like, maybe it's not the right time, or we may become stagnant, and then you don't want too many overheads to begin with. So then we looked into other avenues of where we could take this business, and then we decided maybe let's just do it through social media at the moment, and then do a delivery service to your doorstep delivery. And to be honest, I think it's worked out very well.
Yeah, that's fantastic. And what sort of food are you cooking? Or not cooking, but delivering?
So what's in our boxes? You have your generic fruit and vegetables, but then I put a little bit of a cultural twist. And we throw a few bit of plantain, okra, your yam, your Scotch bonnet, because we need to fire it up.
Absolutely.
A bit of your, what else? Sweet potato.
Apples, oranges.
Yeah, so you get all that, and your normal Irish potatoes. What other stuff? Spinach, spring onion, your scallion. So it's got a variety of produce in there that you can make a decent, healthy meal with.
Yeah. So I have tasted your food. You know, when the box came, so I missed, I think your husband delivered it, your partner delivered it, so I was out. I was like, oh, but Michael wouldn't open it. I said, don't open it till I come home. But, you know, honestly, we were there going, oh my God, and you're planting, and I don't know, I got extra pumpkin as well. I'm like, yeah, I got extra pumpkin. And scallion and the Scotch bonnets. And the thing I wanted to ask you, but I don't want you to give any secrets away, is I don't know how everything is so fresh. That was the thing that hit us. Even when we had the orange, it was like sweet, you know, your mouth's dribbling. Orange was beautiful. I'm not really a red apple person, but that apple was juicy and crispy, because red apples can be a bit soft. It was crispy and juicy. And first thing we said, right, we are cooking some chicken soup, and this stuff is going in.
Wow.
Yeah, it's just beautiful, beautiful quality food.
I think for us, that's our main aim, if I'm honest with you, Karen, is to provide, you know, people of the community with good quality, fresh produce. Sometimes we'll go to a shop and then, you know, you look at some items and feel like, oh, I need it, but it doesn't look as good.
Mm-hmm.
So our aim is just always to try and push the best. Obviously, you can have some hiccups sometimes with your suppliers, like some things at times can be out of our hands, but then we'll try rectify stuff if problems do occur. But our main aim is to get everything fresh to the customer, and then they'll be happy.
Yeah,
Excellent.
fabulous. Yeah,
Excellent.
Jamie's just saying that her mum, so Bev Arthur Barrows. So
Oh yeah,
oh
I know who Jamie is now.
that's Jamie's mummy. So you and Jamie have got a lot in common. The dentistry. Her mum is a customer, and she says she always gets extra in her box too.
Yeah. I try and look after my customers. Don't tell everybody though.
Yeah, I know. Marina Active's on. She gets, all her family gets your boxes. So that's amazing. And it's word of mouth, because that's how I found out about you, and which is through the Brodricks.
Yeah.
So Peter talks about you and Zena talk about you all the time. I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna have to try this hard food box thing. And then when it came, I was like, oh, Christmas is coming again.
Oh, hello, glad you're happy. And it's nice to know that, you know, people are, because we're only working on one platform at the moment and don't have a website, so it's good to know that word is spreading among the community, and not everybody is on social media, so that can stunt you sometimes, but I'm glad you found out through word of mouth, so that is really good to hear.
Yeah, definitely.
So what areas are you, sorry Marcia,
No, go ahead.
what areas do you cover then?
So on a Monday we deliver to Huddersfield and Bradford and like surroundings. So if people live in Halifax, they'd go on the Monday delivery. And then Tuesday we're predominantly in all of Leeds postcodes. So it don't matter where you live in Leeds, we'll be there. And then Wednesdays we go to Manchester.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, well, you know, I'm over in Manchester.
Okay.
Excellent. Oh, wow. All right. Okay.
We just need to maybe branch out a little bit, but then it's just logistics on everything at the moment.
Right. Okay. Oh, well, that's good to know. But so, you know, when you got this award, how did that come about? How did that make you feel?
Well, we was a bit surprised and overwhelmed, if I'm honest with you. Like, I didn't even know we'd been nominated for a Startup Emerging Business Award in the first place. So then when it came to our attention, we was very grateful that, you know, people can see what we're doing is a good thing.
Yeah.
And we was just overwhelmed, shocked.
Yeah, I voted for you.
Oh, thank you.
It was on the night as well, yeah, because Marcia, that was the night that you were on the, you hosted that to some degree, didn't you? Yeah. So yeah, it was a really good night.
Really good, yeah. So
and the category,
really positive feedback, yeah. So we were really pleased when we saw the amount of feedback that you got actually in the votes. So yeah.
And the category that I was with, the other emerging businesses too, I just want to big those up as well, because we are good connections. Like Mahogany Market, they was one of the first people that I was able to showcase our business through their platform. So that was nice to know that she was put into that category as well. And then also Sugarcane Grill is another food shop in Batley that have just emerged, but I know some of those business owners too. So it was nice. I didn't want it to feel like competition as such, because
No.
we was all winners. Do you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's such a good point, because the girl that won our category, we got an award too, you know, Leslie, did I never tell you? The girl that won our category, I know her quite well, so we were big. I voted for her as well. You know, Serena in Huddersfield, she works with, is it Conscious Youth, her company, which is amazing. They do some fantastic work. So everyone was just rooting for everybody. Like you said, Chantelle, it wasn't like a competition. It was just like a big love fest.
No, that's really good. And I mean, it's really good to see, you know, that Black businesses are doing fantastic work and getting recognised,
Yeah.
you know, for that. That's really nice, you know, within our community. Because before, I mean, no disrespect, but before, I think since the lockdown, we've just seen more and more Black businesses really coming to the forum, which is fantastic.
Yeah.
And I think our cultural of people too, we're the ones who not quick to criticise, but we are quick off the mark to say comments or whatnot. But I think everyone's been such a pleasure and so bigging us up and praising us for what we do.
Yeah, which is fantastic.
So have you got plans to expand?
We are considering moving forward onto the online industry,
Right.
and maybe hitting a wider field, areas, regions. But it's going to take a lot of looking into, building a good website, working in partnership with other delivery services, because obviously it wouldn't be us being able to deliver that. But then you got to look at the fact that you're dealing with perishable items and just the whole logistics around all of that, and how things would be preserved and transported and things along those lines.
Yeah.
Wow,
But watch this space, hopefully sometime this year.
Yeah, that'd be really good.
Yeah.
I've forever got people from Essex, London, Nottingham, always in my inbox on my social medias saying, we need you, we need this.
Right.
that's fantastic.
It really is.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's all credit to you as well, but I totally get what you say, because for you, the thing that stands out is the quality.
Yeah.
You know, it's your service in terms of how timely it is and the quality of your food.
And I think customer service too, like, we don't just give you the food and drop off and buy. Like, I try and build a little rapport with my customers too. Nice smile, nice greeting.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'm running late because I've just stood and chatted forever, but it's nice that I can do that.
It really is.
And what's really nice as well is that, you know, this is all fresh food and food that, you know, culturally, you know, is what we've always had.
Yeah.
And healthy as well.
Yeah.
You know, so I was saying to the girls earlier, you know, I'm at that stage where I get a bit hot.
We all
I
are.
don't know what you're talking about, Master. Yeah.
But, you know, some of the food in those hard food box is supposed to be really, really good for things like, you know, when you're having a tropical moment, yeah. Tropical moment, yeah. Things like your sweet potato and your yam, you know. Yeah.
And then you could always do some blending and make smoothies with certain items, and then nutrients in that way as well.
Absolutely. So it's a double whammy, you know, and getting good food and staying healthy too.
Exactly, it's what we want.
Yeah.
No, that's.
I can testify that, you know, your customer service is great, because we were saying earlier on, we had the longest conversation. I only contacted you to make an order. We knew everything about each other before I even placed my order. So it was like, yeah.
But you're aspiring in yourself anyway, Karen. So I felt like we had a connection.
Thank you.
Oh, yeah, she is very inspiring, and that, which is really nice.
And then this week, just coming back to this week, obviously we had mad snow on Tuesday. So I had about 20 orders that were going out on Tuesday for service. And then I got home Monday and I'm like, no, this is not going to happen. So I texted all my customers and said, please, can I deliver it Monday night before this torrential snow is going to be forecast? Everyone was at home. So I'm like, yeah, fantastic. And I think people was happy that's just meeting their needs.
Yeah.
And I didn't want to disappoint. So.
Brilliant.
That is really nice. That is definitely a customer service, because that was going to be my next question. How do you feel about customer service? But that's lovely. And so your customers must be really,
Yeah.
grateful for that.
It was really grateful. So even if I did get home at 10:30, but it's fine.
Oh,
I think
and
it's
so,
really good as well for, like for the elders in our community, who want to get the food. And sometimes you see them shopping, going down, like in Leeds, the town road, going into the shops there and searching through. But to be able to have good quality food delivered to the door so that they can eat what they've always eaten is
Paramount.
yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely.
yeah.
And it's from your own people as well. That's the beautiful, the most beautiful thing.
Yeah.
We're in the process at the moment of we work alongside Black Health Initiative as well.
Yeah.
So big up Heather and the team.
Yeah.
So we do a little bit of support with them, and she supports us. And we provided her with some blessing bags that they paid and donated to their seniors.
Fantastic.
But then we're also doing a little bit of charitable works next week for New Testament Church, I believe.
Yeah.
So we're giving a few blessing bags for some of their seniors and some of their service users. So that's going to get distributed next week. And then hopefully we may be able to grow and connect and do more outreach work with other establishments.
Yeah.
Fabulous. Well done.
So the COVID hasn't really held you back then?
I think COVID has got us going. It's worked. It's worked in our favour, if I'm honest with you.
Yeah, definitely.
Brilliant.
You can definitely see that, which is brilliant. So you're doing your business, you're at university. How are you managing to get everything? And you've got 2 children.
And a demanding husband, don't forget that.
So how do you manage to put all these different heads on?
I think we just have to have a very good structure, routine. Don't get me wrong, it can sometimes drift a little bit. But just trying to be as organised as you can and having that extra support. He does a good amount of work too, so I take my hat off to him as well. It's not just all me, it's a partnership.
Yeah.
So yeah, just having order, structure, organisation, and good timing.
Yeah, no, that's fantastic. That's really good. And so then, so the 2 children, so how do you cope with like the homeschooling, like we were talking earlier with Karen and the children? How does that fit into your schedule?
Well, my children, if I'm honest with you, still go to school because I'm classed as a key worker with my clinical role for uni. So to begin with, they wasn't going immediately, so we did have to juggle at home, but then they have started going back. But then we still do our own extra curriculum at home.
Yeah.
But it's just getting things in order, like time-wise, and sitting down together as a family and going through a few stuff. But they've managed, if I'm honest with you, and school is great too. I take my hat off to them.
Yeah. And so, and how were the children? Sorry, Marcia.
No, I was going to say I'm really, really impressed. You're running a business, doing the deliveries, you're at uni, and I'm presuming that would have been full time as well. I know that there's some stuff around, the COVID, and you might have to do stuff at home, but you've got to go in to see clients, to see your patients. You still got to do, make sure your kids are good. You still find time to do work with them at home as well. That's a whole heap of stuff to be doing, and you do it.
That's why I look like this.
You look
beautiful.
Yeah. No, I'm really impressed. I'm really, really impressed.
There's 24 hours in a day, so make the most of your time, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely.
That's it. Yeah, that's what we've got to do. So, I just wanted to ask, sorry, Karen, have you got any questions? Has anybody got any questions for Chantelle?
Mine wasn't a question, just very quickly to say that I know Chantelle said very nicely that she thought I was quite inspiring, but by the end of our conversation on Instagram, I was inviting Chantelle to come into schools with me and talk to some of the young children about her work and her work ethic and her journey and her determination. So I also find you exceptionally inspiring. And, certainly when COVID is over, Marcy and Leslie know that I do try to bring other people into what I do. because what the kids love are real people who have done stuff, not just about reading it in books.
Yeah.
So, you know, my journey, you know, Marcy'd be able to help Leslie's journey, and certainly you, the kids will just love to hear what you've done and how you've done it. So
Absolutely.
I just want you to say that I find you exceptionally inspiring as well, to be honest.
Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, yeah, because Karen, I mean, I saw you on the Windrush, and then like Karen met you, and I thought, oh no, we need to speak to Chantelle. We need Chantelle to come on the platform then, definitely, to share her story, which is fantastic.
Yeah.
I just feel that, you know, don't let anything stop you from achieving what you want. Like, no matter what walk of life you've had, where you've come from, where you've been brought up, what your household was like, just aim for your best and aim high, and everyone's successful and can achieve if you put your mind to it.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Yeah, but some people, I suppose some people, it's just keeping themselves focused, isn't it? Just keeping the mindset clear and just focusing on that goal.
And sometimes having that extra support and guidance and push, like I didn't always have that for me. So I felt like not a lot of where I am today is through me, but maybe if I would have had a little bit extra of that, I may have achieved stuff sooner rather than later, or I would have been on my path quicker.
Yeah.
But we've got there, so.
And wait a minute, excuse me, you're only what, 32, 33?
Yeah, 33, I'm cracking on now.
Really, Chantelle? Really?
I'm closer to the 40 club soon.
What? Yeah, you've got plenty of time. Do you know what I mean? Plenty of time. These two are old, these two.
But you see some young individuals now know their path from like 18, like maybe your daughter Karen, she knows where she wants to be, or she's got that support from a mom and a dad, like, you're achieving your GCSEs, what do you want to do next? A levels, or do you want to get into a different role? And then they've got a plan, do you know what I mean? And that support to build that plan, where I could have maybe been a qualified dental hygienist from 23 instead of 10 years later, but
that wasn't your time. That wasn't your time. Everything has got its time.
exactly.
You had to go through this different path to get where you are, you know, so you don't see that as a negative, do you? You don't see that as
no, but I feel like it's not a negative at all, because I think I've grown as an individual. Absolutely. And I'm more mature, and, you know, everyone's path's a bit different, but at least I'm there.
Yeah, exactly.
Absolutely.
Totally.
I was quite interested in what you were saying earlier about the path, the journey that you've been on. And one of the things I would say as well is actually sometimes, you know, if you kind of know what it is that you want to do, or at least to explore it, because not everybody knows what they want to do, you know, at 18, you know, so what they might think they want to do at 18, maybe at, you know, 25, 30, it changes. But I think having somebody to be able to talk to and to ask for the help as well, it's about seeking out those people that can assist you as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
And I think at school we didn't really have that. We didn't really have that career guidance or advice, or do you know what, Chantelle, you're good at these subjects, so maybe these subjects could help you get into this career or this degree. And nobody was really around. It was just about sitting your exams, making your grades, and then making your decisions from there.
Schools.
Yeah.
It was never good for me. I remember leaving, you know, sitting in the careers office with the careers officer, and what do you want to do? And I said, oh, I remember actually I wanted to be a teacher, and I remember the woman pretty much laughed and said, oh, you know what, your grades are well, crap, basically. Nursery nursing instead. That's pretty much what she said. Do nursery nursing instead. That's the closest you'll get to being a teacher. Yeah, I remember that. And yeah, you're absolutely right. You don't always get that encouragement in school. We'd like to think, you know, with Karen doing the work that she's doing, things will, you know, definitely, you know, that she'll be creating the change. But sometimes it might be somebody else, might be maybe, you know, like your uncles, you know, like you said, you had, you know, inspiration from your auntie, or is it your uncle, you know, and other people outside of there that might be able to support as well. You know, sometimes we might have to just step out and ask for what we need as well.
Absolutely. So Jamie's saying that her mum Bev says hi, Chantelle. She's She's watching, but she's not able to comment, but she says hello. And Kathy from RJC Dance says, each one inspire many, which is really nice.
There you go.
And Jamie says that, you know, you're a great inspiration for True, which is
yeah,
great.
absolutely. So where do you see yourself? You said you're gonna go online, but then, you know, after finishing uni, where do you see yourself with that side?
I think we want to make the business our priority as well, but then obviously we have to sustain yourself as well at the time being. So still following my career to help grow my family, but if the business picks up and like, you know, blows up even bigger, then I think we 100% would dedicate everything to that.
Yeah. And you can definitely see that happening, can't you?
Yeah.
Because, like, no disrespect, a lot of our foods are in Asian shops, which are fine, but we want to change that around and get into our, you know, it's flat products, so sell our own food, which is really, really nice.
And I think the value of our items, like we're not there to, like, you know, it's not going to be a multi-million-pound business, but we're there to support our community and we don't want to rip people off. Do you know what I mean? So we're giving them a reasonable valued cost as well. So I hope everybody would appreciate that too.
Oh,
it's not
like the box is valued well.
Yeah, it's not a reasonable valued cost. You are giving value for money, because our box, and it lasted us a while as well, because I get going, oh, we've got this left, what can we cook with this? It's real value for money, quality and great customer service. You really can't go wrong. Yeah.
So who's your superhero?
Ooh.
Superhero. Oh, that is a difficult one. I best get my son's Marvel books out. I don't. Superhero.
Who inspires you and encourages you, where you like think, yeah, I really want this? Makes you stand on your tippy toes to like go and achieve it. Who is that person?
To be honest, our household, we believe in faith, so I'm gonna say God.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
I'm gonna say God is our number one superhero.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, and that's really nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I talk to him all the time. Me and him have big conversations, and it's like, all right, I heard you. Do you know what I mean? So yeah. Oh no, so God is a good one. I like God.
Do you manage to fit God in between Alexa? Because you do a lot of talking to Alexa.
Oh, bless her. Yeah, me and God have our time together, which is really nice. So, I forgot my next question. What I was going to ask you. Oh, it's just gone over my head.
It'll come back.
It'll come back. Let me just give it time. So, do you want to? So, is anything you want to share with us? What about COVID? You know, because of COVID, it's put a stop on things. So,
I think
what do you want to do when it's all over?
COVID, it has a major impact on the whole of the world, hasn't it? Like, people are very cautious. Like, when we go out as well delivering, we will wear our masks and things like that as well. So but I think it would just be nice for things to adjust and get back to our norm.
What is norm? What is it? Has that changed for us now?
Well, wearing masks isn't norm.
Yeah.
Especially if you're not in that clinical setting.
Yeah.
But hopefully, God willing, you know, things will move forward and everybody will be at their best of health and this virus will pass and we can all just get on.
Party.
Exactly, party.
We need to celebrate. We need to do all the things what we haven't been able to do, which is, yeah.
Well, we was going to Jamaica in the summer for a wedding, a friend's wedding. It was a bit of everything. Friend's wedding, graduation treat for myself, family holiday. But then unfortunately that's been cancelled now. But maybe it was the right time anyway, because we might not have got the full experience out of everything.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
We'll look for something
that is so true.
when it's safer to go.
Yeah, that is so true.
So May Hilton, is that a relation to you, Marcia? Who? It's you.
Marcia?
Oh, May.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is May your relation?
Yeah.
Okay. So May says, she's not telling us who that is really. We'll talk to her about this afterwards.
Yeah.
So May says, Chantelle, you're amazing. Blessings for your expansion, and you've been encouraging and continue to enjoy the journey. And Jamie Lynch says, not cuddling family is not the norm. For true. Yeah. I'm gonna wear a mask. It makes my nose run. I know that's a bit gross, but I really struggle with masks.
Yeah.
What's that, Marcia?
As it does, absolutely.
Yeah, I don't like it. I do wear them, but I don't like it.
No, I don't like it. And it's also, it's just too hot and sweaty.
Yeah, if you're wearing glasses as well, it steams it up as well.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
And before, I didn't wear it outside. I just, if I went into a public place, I put my mask on. But like now, I'll go for a walk, I've got my mask on. And have you noticed this? Before all this, right? Chinese people used to wear a mask in the streets. Do you ever notice that?
Yeah.
They used to wear a mask before COVID. And now they're double up, 2 masks on their face. So it's like, you know what? I'm joining that gang. I'm having 2 masks.
No, I don't wear a mask when I'm outside.
I think it's only because I've gone through the whole process of it. And I think because of that, it's just really, really scared me. I really don't want anybody to come near me because it was just really, really scary. Yeah. So I think now I'm just really cautious about it. I think that's why. Hopefully I'll get more relaxed, and I'm only just starting to go back outside. So that will change. That will change again. But
well, I hope it does, Leslie. Please, don't let this COVID get you down.
No, definitely not. Definitely not. Do you know what I mean? We're bigger than this.
Yeah.
It's going to get better. Yeah, it's going to be.
So Fiona, Lady Femac, Fiona's laughing her head off and she's saying the mask gives her sweaty mouth. And Jamie's saying, 2 masks, man, double them up.
Double up, man.
I'm like, no. Not like him. And you're trying to coach with a mask on, it's like, oh gosh, it just, So for me, the norm is being able to coach face to face, because that's where you get the best out of people. You'll know that, what you Marcia. And we're doing a lot of it by Zoom now, or if we go into schools, we wear a mask, and it's a little bit different, but it's just the way things are at the moment. It will pass.
It will pass. It'll get better. We're all going to see each other and we're going to be like partying together. Do you like my dancing?
Yeah.
Dancing. We're all going to be doing we're all going to be doing that together. And the thing about it, we've got to see ourselves there, doing it, achieving it, living it, smelling it, and then it's, you put it out there in the atmosphere, so it's going to happen. So, which is,
let's not live in fear.
Yeah.
This is a bit of a controversial one. What are your views about the vaccine?
I'm gonna say no comment.
Oh, well, there's a debate actually. Heather is doing a debate on Tuesday,
that.
So if anybody's interested in that, I'm going to jump on it actually.
I think it's next week.
Yeah, that's right. So I think that would be quite interesting. And I don't know if you saw on the news, the MP for the Conservatives, Kemi Broderick or something like that. I can't remember her surname. I can't pronounce her surname. She produced this video, and it was all black people to encourage people of colour to go and have this injection. And it was really weird because a journalist then asked her, I don't know why I'm getting on this story, but I am. A journalist asked her, oh, why didn't you put yourself in the video as well? And this MP, she published this journalist emails and said she thought it was creepy that she'd asked her that question.
Oh.
You get that? Cam, you're looking a little bit. The MP So the journalist asked the MP a question. Don't know why I like this story. And the MP, rather than just answering her back and saying no comment, the MP published the journalist email details. She works for a registered paper, and she advertised her details. I just thought it was really interesting for an MP to do that, and it was a black MP as well. Oh, sorry, I'm really into the news at the moment, so I don't know where I'm going with this. I don't know why I just shared that, but have a look at it. The MP, Kemi Broads or something like that.
I think.
She's only young, and she had a big debate in Parliament about BME. Oh, you've got to follow her. She's so interesting. Anyway, yeah, so yes, would I have the injection? Is that the question?
It was actually, yeah, but I think I've lost the will to live right now.
Would I have? I think it's the same as a flu injection, though, isn't it?
I don't know. I think for me, I asked the question, so I'll put myself out of it. I'm dubious because I feel it's so new and I'm not really sure about the side effects and all of that stuff. So I'm still open-minded, but I need to hear a little bit more, I think. I'm not, yeah. I don't know. Marcia, you're the medic on here. You're the nurse. You can also say no comment if you wish, but what's your view, Marcia?
It's probably going to be no comment, actually.
So Fiona says, nah, Sir, she's not taking it. She says, when the government ministers take it, it might change my mindset, but for now,
yeah, you see, and that's the point I'm making. This government.
So Majvel says she's had the vaccine and been okay. And
okay.
Fiona says one journalist asked the government ministers had they taken the vaccine and they said no.
Yeah.
There's just, I think the thing to do, it's about knowledge, like anything, isn't it? Knowledge is power.
Yeah.
And I suppose what we're saying to our community is watch the Zoom that Heather will be on with the other medics and make up your own mind. It's an individual thing.
Yeah.
It's like the flu. I've never ever had the flu vaccine.
No, same here.
I just don't want to have the flu vaccine. This is something different, I suppose. Maybe, I don't know. But I think it's just about knowledge and then making up your own mind.
Yeah, no, definitely. I totally agree with that one. But if anybody's interested in, go onto Heather's website, or if you follow her on Instagram, I think it's BHI Initiative.
She put a link out as well, like where you can register, I believe.
Yeah, and she's on Tuesday at, I'm sure it's 6 o'clock or 7 o'clock. They're going to be having a debate, so it'll be quite interesting actually to listen to that. But yeah, so that's been fantastic. I can't believe we've hit an hour already.
I know.
You ladies can.
Women can talk.
Which is so nice. I want to give a big shout out. If my sister's watching, Paula, well done yesterday, Paula. So Paula has started this online Mixcloud DJ, and she was on yesterday for 2 hours. Didn't listen for the 2 hours, listened for over an hour, and you were brilliant. So well done, Paula. Leave your link in the comments so people can follow you. Okay, but well done to you yesterday. And yeah, anything else, Marcia?
No, I just think it was really, really lovely to listen and to hear your story, Chantelle. Thank you so much for sharing. And I will definitely be ordering. And I'm going to do one for my bum as well, actually.
I think your mum would love it.
Yeah, so I'll be
and the boxes are so versatile too. Like we know that most of the ingredients we would be like, yeah, let's throw it in a satay soup, but there's so much more you can do with it as well. So a pumpkin, I can puree that and stew it down with some of the chicken with a bit of spinach in and whatnot. So it's very versatile.
Excellent. So do you, what other products rather than just veg? Do you do like, I don't know, salt fish and ackee? Do you?
Oh,
I feel like that's we're not really going down the meat side of things, but we do stock salt fish and ackee, and there's other things maybe later down the line that we will add to our produce.
And where can people get a menu from, or a list of your,
So if you go onto our Instagram, there is a flyer. There's a flyer. It tells you the box contents.
right.
It needs slightly updating because there's been a few changes that we need to add on it, like our fruit boxes that we've started doing. But it will show you generally the box size, the cost, and what is in that box.
Okay. So
Can
could
you
you
order on from Instagram?
Yeah, just DM
Okay.
us like
Okay.
Karen did. And you can call me, you can ask for my contact number. We can talk through telephone, email, Instagram, Facebook. But everything comes through those platforms, if I'm honest with you.
Right.
Excellent. So can you leave your details in the comments when we finish today?
Yeah, I should be able to do that for you, definitely.
That'd be brilliant. That'd be brilliant. And Karen, anything from you?
So I'm just going to read a few more comments and then I'll say my thing. So Anna Sutton said she's had the vaccine and apart from a few side effects, she's been fine. Jamie says, thank you all for a wonderful afternoon. Chantelle, well done and keep going. Amazing business and she wishes you luck on your expansion. Fiona, Lady Fee says, thanks Chantelle. She's ordered and she loves your food too. And she's really into cooking, is Fiona. Jamie, you need to do recipes too with your hard food box. We'll give you that for free. All right, she's just saying you need to get some recipes out there. And Marina Active says, your mangoes and pineapple. I'm assuming she says your mangoes and pineapple are mwah.
Yum, yum.
Nice.
But you do what do you call it? Juices as well. You recommend some juices, don't you? Like you do an immunity one and you do another one. Yes, you do all sorts.
So we do a juice box that has all the ingredients that most people would use to do blending with. And then I've put some like little images on our Instagram and things telling you the benefits of using those ingredients.
Yeah.
And then also in our Instagram as well, you will see some like inspirational dishes, what people have cooked, and then there are recipes as well if you go a little bit further on, and then it'll just give you some recipes for like satay soup, salt fish and ackee, how to boil up your hard food. Not everyone who buys us are from our community, so that's another good thing to be able to supply them with our produce and then give them a little bit of direction with it as well.
Brilliant.
Yes.
Brilliant. Jamie's been demanding now. She says, can you get lychees?
Lychees, something I'd have to look into, but they are amazing. I love those.
Looking into that for you, Jamie, just for you. But yeah, for me, it's just fabulous. I knew it was going to be amazing to talk to you just from our conversation on Insta. And yeah, you've been very, very inspiring. And after lockdown, there's no doubt that I'll be getting you into school to do a talk with me and the kids.
Well, thank you.
Thank you. No, thank you, Chantelle. It's been brilliant. And thank you for coming on the platform and sharing your story with us.
And I've overcome one of my fears, so thank you, ladies. I'm not really like I like to talk, but not in big, do you know, like live.
Yeah.
Oh, you've
done a box, but beyond closed doors.
You've done amazingly well. We couldn't show you.
Because I know you said you were nervous, but yeah, you've come across fantastic. Well done.
Right.
Well done. And I told you, we'd take care of you. We'd look after you.
Thanks, Leslie.
You're welcome. You're welcome. But thank you so much to our audience.
Oh, yes. Again, thanks. Brilliant. It wouldn't be the same without them. Jamie says thanks. Trisha Campbell says, fabulous ladies. Thank you. Very inspiring. And Paula is here. Paula says, lovely. So we need
you missed your announcement, Paula. Did you leave my comment? Did you hear what I said earlier?
Paula, did you hear what was said about you? Was it DJing?
DJing yesterday.
Okay, so yeah,
we need to leave your comments.
We need to be boogieing on down. So Paula, let us know how we can hear your music. And Madgebel says, great ladies. So yeah, it's been another successful one.
Yeah. Excellent, thank you. And next week we have got another. We have some brilliant guests on this panel, which is fantastic. We really do.
Next week.
I just next week we have got a music. It's all about music. Woo! So we're going to do a bit of dancing next week. So yeah, join us next week, 5 o'clock. I'm not going to tell you who it is. You will love this guest. I am super excited to have our guest on this platform next week. I'm nearly gave it away. So we will see you next week, 5 o'clock. Thank you so much for joining us. Really, really, really do appreciate it.
Yeah, we do.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks, everyone. Thanks, Chantelle.
Bye.
Bye.